Welcome to the Zix TV. I am the Zix, and we're gonna have a look at a block tech set. Armed Forces military plane. 118 blocks, pieces, whatever. And there is our box. Doesn't look too bad, but as we both know, Mr. Anderson, looks can be deceiving. A little bit of the Matrix there for you, Agent Smith, and we got the same picture on the back: jet fighter and pilot, fuel pump and operator, Air Force response. Alright, let's have a look at this. Now, we're going to have a look at these, we get these guys, these minifigures. We're going to have a look at these guys in a moment, so stay tuned for that. And we get this, you plug that into the plane and refuel it. And this ladder so the guy can get up there. Alright, we get all this stuff here. How did I say? 118 blocks. Here is our plane, and there's and we get this nice canopy piece. It's a remake of an old Mega Bloks part, so that's pretty nice. I think Mega Bloks only used this particular piece in a few sets that I remember. So it's nice to see it remade for, I say this is block tech. Nice to see it, and these smooth wings here are a old Mega Bloks invention. We got there. It's actually I think two plates high there, and it's smooth, and we got the indentation there so you can lock it down. There's a peg in the back. This is helping to lock it down. Normally you want to lock the whole thing down. There's a look at the underside of the Mega Bloks, repurposed Mega Bloks wing part. Here's a look at our underside. The grabbing power on block tech parts in general is very good. It's much better than regular Legos. It takes a bit more effort to get them on there, and it takes a bit more effort to pull them off. So we've got these parts in the back precariously just attached here, and that's not going anywhere. It's if you tried to do this with Legos, you'd have to lock it down somehow. Only half of the part. We got this grill on top. Only half of the part is actually attached to the plate here. So we've got some good gripping power on that. And that's an extra piece. I just stuck that back there. Extra little square thing. And we do have a couple of squares there and there. I just placed them there. Now, there is a major problem with this. There are a couple major problems with this. It doesn't look too bad at first glance, but there's a lot going on here, and I would like to show you the instruction manual. We got our parts list here, so I hope we can see this. We start out. So far so good. Alright, here's where it gets ugly. I'm going to have a closer look at this because I really want you to see this. Okay, we refocused. Alright, starting out, you put the wheels on the little thingies there. So far so good. And then for this step, 16 of these little square thingies all lined up here. What is this? Talk about padding out the piece count. Look at that. All those little square thingies lined up. This is not good building. This is tedious building. And all of these little square thingies have sprue marks on the side. So 3 sides are fine, and then the 4th side has a sprue mark on it. And then we got the 1x4s back there forming a 2x4 section. Okay, 16 of these little squares, and then another 16. We do it again. What is this? We put the little squares on top of the little squares, and then we got our 2x4 section in the back there with 1x2 plates. I've seen piece padding. Lego does it occasionally with style. Other brands do it. I've never seen it like this. You could accomplish all this with a few bricks or plates. The long plates. We've got the plate there. Let's continue. And then you top it off with a bunch of plates. And at this point, I'm thinking, how am I going to get my minifigure in there? Because there isn't going to be enough clearance for him. And there's our little levers. We'll have a look at those. Continuing on. Then we put, there's not going to be enough clearance for us to fit a minifigure in there. We turn it upside down. We put the laser cannons, whatever. And there is our instructions for the well, you attach it that way, I guess. I don't know. And we have to build our minifigures. Alright, let's go back to the normal view and talk about this. Okay, so underneath here we've got a bunch of little squares all lined up. This is not good building. This is piece padding. And then we got our cabin, and there is no room to fit a guy in there, even if you just chuck him in there. So on the box, they show it with the canopy open, and he's sitting there. Yeah. This is just pathetic. I'm sorry. And we got laser cannons. Shouldn't they be like missiles, or like a? It's a military airplane, so it shouldn't have the red-tipped laser cannon type thing. It should have you know, like this black one here. That looks like a missile. Should have missiles, or you know, like a machine gun type thing. And this back part here comes right off because it's not locked down to anything. So it's a testament to the grabbing power of these blocks. Here I am trying just a bit gently. Legos go right on there and they come right off real easily. So if you did this with Lego, it's gonna come right off. Probably if you look at it the wrong way. But this one, not bad. Pretty good clutch power there. Inside we got our little levers. That's an old Best Lock invention. And the little levers go into their little ball joint thingies very tightly, so they're not going to flop around. Nice. These appear in other Block Tech sets as well. Really nice. So you know, the parts, the overall part quality is really good. It's the model design that's really lacking, with all these little squares, and you top it off with these plates here, and there's no room to fit your minifigure. What Lego would do is get, you know, one of those boat underside pieces with the cutout, and it's cut out, and you can fit your minifigure. You can sit him in there, and it's got parts that come up along the sides. You attach that, build, you know, and it's got room so that he would fit in there, and you can angle him back a bit like that. Lego does that, so you'd have to pretty much the bottom floor, this light gray, would have to be, you'd have to build around that, because that's where your minifigure is going to sit in order to fit into this this pilot cabin here. So this is pretty unimpressive on the whole. Let's have a look at our minifigures and finish up. Here is a minifigure, and he's quite different from Lego minifigures. The indentation on the sides there around the waist looks kind of weird. The legs look kind of weird. Works the same way as Lego minifigures. And the back, we got this cutout that fits around the pegs, making it harder than usual to sit your minifigure down. He's got a happy smile face on there, and he's wearing this helmet here with the microphone device, so he can speak into it, and whatever this is. We have to assemble these. The legs go on a little piece. We plug that into the body. We plug in the arms, and the arms have little ball joints in there with just a little bit of range of movement, not a whole lot, so you really can't get him to bend at the elbow too much like a normal Lego minifigure. Let's have a look at the other guy. Same deal in a different outfit, different color. Nice print on the body there. I don't know, the legs are just kind of weird. And there's that guy. He's pretty cool. He's got the beige outfit there. And those are our minifigures for this set. In addition, we get this ladder. It doesn't really connect to anything. You're supposed to put it so he can climb up there and get into his fighter jet that he can't fit into. And then we get a few pieces that make up this little, we get the hose, and that can come off very easily because the connector is made out of the same rubberish material. You can squeeze it as the hose, and it's very loose. And we get a Technic connector that's plugged in there. There it is. That actually fits in there pretty tight, and I guess you plug it in like that. You can also plug in the Technic connector to the back of these. That's a little block with a peg on the side, turned sideways, and so that the top has the cone attached to it. And we can see we got sprue marks on the side of these blocks, and that is the underside of the block. So you would plug in your thingy there. Not that it matters all that much, because this set is pretty unimpressive and pretty pathetic with the design here. I am unimpressed. Do like the reused Mega Bloks parts though, so might be able to use those for something. We get the military green color. Might be useful for something. At the very least, I could use this for something. Use these wings for something, and the little levers. The rest I'm not so sure about. And that is my review of the Armed Forces military plane by Block Tech. I gotta say something. We need this because it makes everything else look so much better. We need stuff like this. We need a Block Tech with all these little plate thingies and padding out the piece count. We need this, and I like it for that reason, because a lot of the stuff we're going to be seeing later on here at the Zix TV is going to look so much better after you've seen this little thing, after you've seen this mess here, this Block Tech mess. And it helps to put things into perspective. You get a Lego set. Lego's top of the line. You get a Lego set and you think, well, that could have been better. It's not as, not as good as it could have been. Well, it could be a Block Tech set. Block Tech. Yeah. We need this to put things in perspective and show us what we could be getting from Lego and all these other brands. So you look at the other brands, it's gonna suck. It's not gonna be as good as Lego. Well, it could be worse. Could be a Block Tech fighter plane, military plane, with all these little squares lined up here. And that's my opinion about. I'm savoring this turd because it makes everything else look so much better, and it puts things into perspective. It's very helpful. That is my review of the Armed Forces military plane by Block Tech. Thank you for watching.